I mean, if you look at the role of the built environment, which is almost 40% of the carbon emissions, if you don't get that right, you're not going to solve the climate crisis. So we need construction, we need the built environment to actually lead. There's a lot of examples of how collaborations, say, between cities and unions are helping to identify opportunities for clean construction to yield good green jobs. So there are opportunities for the built environment to drive this change, but it has to be done in collaboration with others. The incentives need to be in place, and it absolutely has to be done with the voices of those who have the most to gain at the table. In the context of the built environment, equity inclusion is tough. And it's tough because when you think about decarbonizing buildings at the scale and pace that we need, it's hard to think about where the social side of that is. In fact, the S in ESG is not always fully understood. I think what's most important to me in the work that we're doing in trying to transform the industry is to make sure that those who don't really have a voice at the table, which tend to be tenants, workers, vulnerable communities, actually do. This kind of goes back to the old adage that you can move faster alone but further together. And I think that the decarbonization is of such a scale and pace that's needed that we can only do it in partnership with everyone impacted. Sure, we can transition, but if it's not a just transition, that is not a world we want to live in. So it has to be fast, it has to be at scale, but it also has to be good for people and have people at its core.